Hello students, today we start with the next chapter of financial management or management accounting, that is capital budgeting. Why I have mentioned the word financial management or management accounting? The reason is TYBAF students, you all have this in your FM semester 5 and SYBCOM students, you all have in semester 3 in management accounting. So, a common chapter for TYBAF and SYBCom, also there in Inter CA, but the level of SYBCom is much less as compared to what TYBAF students have. So, whatever I'll be doing throughout this chapter for TYBAF students, 50% of that is there only for SYBCom students. SYBCom students, at a later stage, I will tell you where you all have to stop. But whatever I am going to start today, it is the base of the chapter and applicable to everybody. Okay, so name of the chapter, capital budgeting. Understand this session very carefully. I'm going in depth in the basics. Of course, everything I cannot do in the starting. The concept is very important, especially one calculation which I am going to show you all. What is there? We will come to that in some time. First, the meaning of the name of the chapter, what I have done in each and every chapter, what I have recorded. Capital budgeting. Now, when I say budgeting, make a budget, that is forecast. Budgeting means you have to estimate, make forecast. PAF students and even BCom students to some extent, in costing you all will be having chapters where you have to make budget. So budget means making a forecast, making a prediction. And when I say capital budgeting means making forecast for long-term assets which are generally fixed assets. So capital budgeting means making forecast, taking decisions on the basis of certain calculations. What those calculations are there, we will study gradually over a period of time in this chapter. So calculations to be made, on that basis decision to be taken so as to decide how I purchase a long-term asset, which as I told you, generally it is a fixed asset. Now say for example, I'm starting a new business or I'm in an existing business. I want to set up a new plant and machinery. I want to set up a new plant and machinery in the markets, or as per the research done, there are 2-3 different types of machinery available which suits my business requirement. Say for example, market में 3 machinery है, A, B and C. I can either go for A, I can either go for B, I can either go for C. There will be different plus points in all of them. So how do I decide मैं A खरीदूं या A इंस्टॉल करूं, B करूं या C करूं? बेसिक में जा रहा हूं मैं. So that decision we are supposed to take in this chapter, that is capital budgeting. So capital budgeting as far as the syllabus is concerned means taking a decision on buying a particular fixed asset or installing a fixed asset on the basis of certain calculations. What those calculations are, we are going to study. As I mentioned, we will study over a period of time. Okay, now as I told you, today I will just focus on the basics and I will take a basic sum where there are 3 calculations to be made according to the methods or techniques of capital budgeting. There are many methods, there are many techniques, but today I will take 3 of them, and before that, one very important calculation I will explain you all, and I'll make you all understand the logic of that calculation. And after that, when I start the sum, before I start the calculation of those 3 techniques, I have to do that, then only I'll be able to do the rest calculation. Now, what is that important point? That important point is to calculate cash inflow per year. That important point is to calculate cash inflow per year. Guys, understand this very carefully. आगे जाके 75% of the chapter में you will be needing cash inflow. So you should know very thoroughly cash inflow का मतलब क्या होता है and how it is calculated. Okay, now listen. Cash inflow means nothing but profit earned during the year in cash. Cash inflow का मतलब है profit earned during the year in cash. It will not include non-cash expenses. Now guys, FYJC से तुम लोग फाइनल अकाउंट्स कर रहे हो, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, डिग्री में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट, कैपिटल अकाउंट, बैलेंस शीट, करेक्ट? यू विल हैव डन दैट. नेट प्रॉफिट कहां से मिलता है? व्हाट यू प्रिपेयर, यू गेट नेट प्रॉफिट. प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट बनाते हैं तो हमें नेट प्रॉफिट मिलता है. You cannot get the net profit without preparing P&L. Now when you prepare P&L, क्या होता है? डेबिट साइड पे all expenses, क्रेडिट साइड पे all income. डेबिट साइड पे all expenses, क्रेडिट साइड पे all incomes. Correct? Now each and every year of final accounts, including FYJC में you have done a separate chapter called as depreciation. Now, depreciation is one of the most important and the most common non-cash expense. Depreciation is a non-cash expense. How? I'll explain you. Those who are studying with me since FYJC, I have discussed this multiple times, but here, since this video is open on YouTube, I'll explain again for the benefit of all the students watching this. Why depreciation, first of all, is called a non-cash expense? Because when I incur depreciation, मैं उसके लिए कैश पे ही नहीं करता हूं. When I incur depreciation or when I provide depreciation, I do not incur cash. तुमने सुना है ना, I pay every month salary, I pay every month rent, I pay every month electricity, I incur staff welfare every month. Certain expenses are to be incurred every month. Have you heard? मैंने depreciation के लिए पैसा incur किया, मैंने डेप्री के लिए पैसा पे किया? नहीं. Why? Because depreciation you don't incur every year. आज मैंने समझो 10 लाख का मशीनरी खरीदा. I use it for 10 years. 10 lakh divided by 10. My cost of using machinery is 1 lakh per year. That is depreciation, FYJC का बेसिक. So starting में मैंने जब ही वो 10 लाख का मशीन परचेज किया, इंस्टॉल किया, पूरा का पूरा 10 lakhs मैंने वो टाइम पे इंकर कर दिया है. Now what I'll do? 10 lakhs का मशीन I will use it for 10 years. जैसे मैंने बोला 10 lakh divided by 10, 1 lakh is the cost of depreciation per year. So every year my cost of using the asset is 1 lakh and that is depre. मैंने 10 लाख एक साथ स्टार्टिंग में पैसा खर्चा कर दिया है, इन्वेस्ट किया है, पे कर दिया है कैश में एक साथ 10 लाख. सो वो 10 लाख अभी मैं वापस एवरी ईयर पे नहीं करूंगा, but 10 lakhs I will divide it over a period of 10 years. What we do for depreciation? Adjustment होता है ना, provide depre. What we do? Deduct from asset and debit P&L. So मैंने starting of the business 10 लाख रुपए का मशीन खरीदा या इंस्टॉल किया, एवरी ईयर उसमें से 1 लाख डिडक्ट करते जाऊंगा फॉर द नेक्स्ट 10 years. सो नेक्स्ट 10 years एवरी ईयर P&L में 1 लाख रुपए का डेप्रीसिएशन आएगा एंड आफ्टर 10 years there will not be any depre because मेरे एसेट की वैल्यू हो गई जीरो. सो बिकॉज I don't make cash payment, because I don't make cash payment for depreciation, it is a non-cash expenditure. And why I am stressing non-cash expenditure depre in this case? Because when I calculate the cash inflow per year, I have to make adjustment for depreciation. वो adjustment कैसे करने का? Now I am getting into that. So guys, keep in mind, depreciation is a non-cash expense. I have to adjust non-cash expense while calculating the cash inflow per year. So right now, next 10-15 minutes, I will focus on how to calculate cash inflow. I'll show you the pro forma and then I'll take a sum जिसमें same calculation करना है with numbers and then the 3 techniques, and then I'll wind up this session. Okay, so now the next step is we will see how to calculate cash. Just let me check the angle of the mobile. Yeah. So my heading will be calculation of cash inflow per year. My calculation, a heading will be calculation of cash inflow per year. I'm explaining you the concepts without numbers. Then when I start the sum, मैं इसमें ही number को incorporate करूँगा. Okay? I'll just give the heading for proper presentation. Particulars and single column of amount. Particulars and single column of amount. Now, in majority of the sums, they will give you net profit. Okay, they will give you net profit. That net profit may be before or after depreciation. As I told you, being the first session and this video being open, I am making it very basic. Question में assume करते हैं तुमको दिया है net profit before depreciation and tax. तुमको दिया है net profit before depreciation and tax. Okay, that means the amount which is given is before providing depre, before providing tax. And when I say tax, यहाँ पे tax means income tax. यहाँ पे tax means income tax. Okay, whatever is the amount given, I write it here. इसमें variation आएगा. Sometimes after depre, before tax. Sometimes it will be after depre, after tax. But I am getting into the base. आज के सम में यही कॉन्सेप्ट फॉलो करना है. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज माय हेडिंग? कैश इनफ्लो. एंड में मुझे चाहिए कैश इनफ्लो पर ईयर. एंड व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू सिंपल टर्म्स में, कैश इनफ्लो पर ईयर इज नथिंग बट द प्रॉफिट अर्नड इन कैश. Cash inflow per year is nothing but profit earned in cash. Okay, now before depre, मतलब depreciation अभी तक माइनस नहीं किया है. This profit is before deducting depreciation and before deducting tax. Now my next step, to get the cash inflow per year, I will follow the steps. Now what I'll do, from this I will deduct depreciation. From this I will deduct depreciation. मैं काम करता हूँ, to make it simple, I just put hypothetical figures in the brackets. Assume करता हूँ my net profit before depre is 5 lakh. Before depre and tax is 5 lakhs. Now, from this 5 lakhs, I will deduct depreciation. Now, depreciation in majority of the sums you will have to calculate. Nothing, FYJC का basic है. Okay. Now, I am just putting a hypothetical figure to make it simple. Depreciation का amount है 1 lakh. Okay. सो नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर डेप्री एंड टैक्स इज 5 lakhs. डेप्री का अमाउंट इज 1 lakh. डिफरेंस कितना आया? 5 minus 1, 4 lakh. Okay, 5 minus 1, 4 lakh. Now this 4 lakh, okay, देखो, net profit before depre and tax, that means before deducting depreciation and before deducting income tax. अभी मैंने क्या किया? डेप्री माइनस कर दिया. So now after deducting depreciation, the answer which you get is net profit before tax. After deducting depreciation, the answer what you get is net profit before tax. This was before depre and tax. Depre minus हो गया. So now this is before tax. Now what should I do? From this, I will deduct income tax. From this, I will deduct income tax. Now, if there is income tax, they will give you the rate of income tax. If there is income tax, they will give you the rate of income tax. I'm assuming income tax at 30%. Okay, just assume kar raha hu. Income tax 30%. Now, you all know, you all have done earlier. Whenever income tax is given, whenever income tax is given, it is always calculated on the amount of profit before tax. Whenever income tax is given, it is always calculated on the amount of profit before tax. So before tax कितना है? 4 lakhs. So 4 lakh का I will take 30%, which is 1,20,000. 4 lakh का 30%, that is 1 lakh. Okay, 1,20,000. Sorry, 1,20,000. This comes here. Now what? Net profit before tax minus income tax. Keeping this figure in mind, 4 lakh minus 20 हो गया 2,80,000. अभी देखो, बिफोर डेप्री एंड टैक्स, डेप्री माइनस टैक्स माइनस, सो ये जो फिगर आएगा वो होता है मेरा नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स. ये होता है मेरा नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स. इन केस यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग पीएनएल का नेट प्रॉफिट इज 2,80,000. पीएनएल का नेट प्रॉफिट फाइनल इज 2,80,000. If you are doing FYJC, SYJC, this 280 goes in capital account, and if it is company accounts, then this 280 goes in reserves and surpluses. So this 2,80,000 is my final net profit. Guys, अभी यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, the main point is coming here. This 2,80,000 is my final net profit. But मैं क्या कैलकुलेट कर रहा हूं? मैं कैलकुलेट कर रहा हूं कैश इनफ्लो पर ईयर. Now when I say cash inflow per year means profits earned in cash. Cash inflow per year means profits earned in cash. Now listen, ये 280 कैसे डिराइव हुआ? मैंने 1 लाख का डेप्री माइनस किया. मैंने 1 लाख का डेप्री माइनस किया, उसके बाद मुझे 280 मिला. 1 lakh is depree. What I told you in the starting. Is depreciation a cash expenditure? No, it is non-cash. मैंने 1 लाख रुपी प्रोवाइड किया है, पीएनएल में डेबिट किया है, बट मैंने ये कैश में पे नहीं किया, बिकॉज दिस इज अ नॉन कैश एक्सपेंस. मैंने कैश में पे नहीं किया बिकॉज इट इज अ नॉन कैश एक्सपेंस. सो ये जो 280 है मेरा प्रॉफिट है, बट ये प्रॉफिट कैश में अर्न नहीं किया है. मैंने 1 लाख नॉन कैश एक्सपेंस माइनस किया है. सो नाउ व्हाट आई डू, गाइस अंडरस्टैंड दिस पॉइंट. डेप्री जो मैंने माइनस किया वो नॉन कैश था. दैट मीन्स 280 का प्रॉफिट वॉज अराइव्ड आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग 1 लाख, जो मैंने कैश पे किया ही नहीं है. और मुझे चाहिए कैश प्रॉफिट, कैश इनफ्लो। सो व्हाट आई डू, जो मैंने डेप्री माइनस किया है मैं वापस उसको ऐड करूंगा। यहां से लॉजिक समझो, मैं उसको वापस ऐड करूंगा। सो कीपिंग इन माइंड दिस, कितना था डेप्री, 1 लाख, जो ऊपर डिडक्ट किया है मैं वो इसको ही वापस ऐड करूंगा। सो 280 प्लस 1 लाख 380। अंडरस्टैंड, अभी तक मैं मेन पॉइंट पे आया नहीं। सो दिस 3 लाख 80 becomes my cash inflow per year. This 2 lakh 80 plus 1 lakh, that is 3 lakh 80,000 becomes my cash inflow per year. This 380 becomes my cash inflow per year. Now you will raise the question, अरे सर आप बोलोगे ना, अगर डेप्रीसिएशन 1 लाख यहां पे ऐड करना था तो ऊपर माइनस क्यों किया, अगर इसको वापस ऐड ही करना था तो ऊपर माइनस क्यों किया? गाइस यू हैव टू डू दैट। व्हाई? बिकॉज सबसे पहले आई वांटेड कैश इनफ्लो, वो तो ठीक है, बट इनकम टैक्स, अभी देखो सपोज मैंने ये 1 लाख डिडक्ट नहीं किया होता, अंडरस्टैंड दिस, तो ये मेरा 5 लाख होता। सो 5 लाख का 30% होता 150। Instead of taking 1,20,000 as income tax, I would have taken 5 lakh का 30%, 150। 30,000 income tax ज्यादा होता। Nobody is a fool to pay more tax. Why you should pay? Because you all have done SYBCOM students direct tax में depreciation is an allowable expense. TYBAF students, those who will be getting tax, you all will study now, and those who don't have tax, don't worry. Depreciation is an allowable income tax expense. When I say allowable, मतलब you get benefit of income tax. देखो benefit यही है, 1 लाख रुपीस मैंने डिडक्ट किया, सो नाउ आई विल पे टैक्स ऑन 4 लाख। अगर डेप्री में मुझे टैक्स का बेनिफिट नहीं मिलता, 5 लाख का 30% होता 150। सो बिकॉज आई हैव डिडक्टेड, I saved 30,000 on income tax, then I will add back. हाँ, अगर income tax होता ही नहीं तो my answer would have been same. That is very rare possibility when you know sometimes if there is loss of the previous year, so current year में tax नहीं आएगा because you can carry forward, or there are companies who are doing business in special economic areas which is approved by the government. इनिशियली उनको फ्यू इयर्स देयर इज नो इनकम टैक्स, वो केस में एप्लीकेबल होता है। बट यू जस्ट फोकस हियर, यहां पे हमने वापस ऐड किया बिकॉज अगर हम डिडक्ट करके ऐड नहीं करते we would have lost 30,000 extra on income tax. So because of tax benefit on the component of depreciation, first I have to deduct depre, get the net profit before tax, उसके ऊपर डिडक्ट इनकम टैक्स एंड देन एडेड बैक। देखो मैं वापस रिपीट करता हूं, अगर मैंने डिडक्ट नहीं किया, यहां पे मैंने इनकम टैक्स 4 लाख का 30% लिया ना, अगर ये डिडक्ट नहीं करता आई वुड हैव टेकन 5 लाख का 30%, दैट इज 150। आई वुड हैव शोन 30,000 extra expense towards income tax, which is not to be done. Why? When the government is giving you the benefit of tax on depreciation, take the benefit. So that is the reason I first deducted, then I deducted income tax, and again I added back depreciation. So 280 मेरा profit है, but not earned in cash. Now 380 मेरा profit हो गया, which I have earned in cash. Difference is why? 1 lakh का difference. Why? Because of the amount of depreciation. So 280 is my actual profit, but it is not my cash profit. I add back the non-cash expense, which is depre. So after adding what I get, that is my cash inflow per year. So BAF students, BCom students, CA students, anybody studying capital budgeting, this concept is very important, how to calculate the cash inflow per year. Got it? So this is very important because now when I take the sum, I will have to first calculate cash inflow per year, and then the three calculations may say, two calculations may I'll be needing cash inflow per year. Got it guys? So please understand the logic of this very carefully. बहुत सारे sum में ये calculate करना है in some way or the other. I'll just be back with that sum and we will see how to solve three techniques. There are more, but in this session, as I mentioned, I'm just restricting to the basic stuff. Okay, I'll just be back. Okay, guys, you all have the extra question in front of you. Let's read the question and we will see what is to be done. As I told you, three techniques, and before I start solving the three techniques, we need to get the cash inflow per year. Let's read the sum. From the following information given by X Limited, calculate payback period, payback profitability, average rate of return, we call it as ARR. Now what they have given you is net profit before depre and tax 3 lakh rupees, cost of asset 10 lakhs, life of asset 10 years, income tax rate 25%. Now see, three things to be calculated: payback period, payback profitability, ARR, that is average rate of return. What is that and how to calculate, we will see in some time. But to calculate the first two, we need the cash inflow per year. Without cash inflow per year, I cannot calculate the payback period and payback profitability. ARR के लिए I don't need the cash inflow, but I need part of the answer. ARR के लिए I need net profit after tax. So this calculation indirectly is relevant for all the three techniques which are mentioned. Okay, chalo. So let's do the first calculation. Give the heading calculation of cash inflow per year. Calculation of cash inflow per year. Since I had already solved the pro forma with y'all, I'm not rubbing it out. Okay, now see. Now you all have the actual data. What I told you, mostly they'll give you the net profit before depre and tax, but there can be variation there also. अभी देखो, net profit before depreciation and tax दिया है 3 lakhs. So, extra question, give the heading calculation of cash inflow per year. My net profit before depre and tax is given 3 lakhs. So, against net profit before depre and tax, I will write 3 lakhs. Against net profit before depre and tax, I will write 3 lakh rupees. Now guys, depreciation. I can calculate orally also, but because this is a basic sum, let me get into detail. Now to get the depre, again I am mentioning I can do it orally. We will make a small working note. So what I'll do, I will make a working note here. Working note, calculation of depreciation per year. Calculation of depreciation per year. Just checking the angle. थोड़ा इसका angle change कर लेता. Okay. Now see, you all have done it in SYBCOM. Correct. Cost दिया है. Scrap value यहाँ पे नहीं है, आगे जाके आएगा. In this basic sum, I have avoided scrap value. Life of the asset is given. Now you all know very well. If I want the amount of depre, अगर मुझे डेप्री का अमाउंट चाहिए, आई नीड एनी वन ऑफ द टू, इधर रेट ऑफ डेप्रीसिएशन और लाइफ. मेरे पास लाइफ है. FYJC का फॉर्मूला, डेप्रीसिएशन इज इक्वल टू, याद है ना, यू ऑल हैव डन नॉट ओनली इन FYJC, आगे भी बहुत बार किया हुआ है. डेप्रीसिएशन इज इक्वल टू original cost of asset minus estimated scrap value upon estimated life of asset. Okay. Original cost of asset minus estimated scrap value upon estimated life of asset. This is the formula you will use when life is given, and in 95% of the sums of this chapter, wherever you have to calculate depreciation, they'll give you life along with or without scrap value, not there in this sum. Now let us substitute. Okay, now guys, you all do below. मेरे पास space नहीं है तो मैं थोड़ा side पे कर रहा हूँ. You all continue below this one. Okay, now see, what is my cost of the asset? My cost of the asset is 10 lakh. As I told you, scrap value of asset nahi hai. So 10 lakh minus 0. Okay. Upon, what is the life? 10 years. So 10 lakh minus 0 ho gaya 10 lakh. I am using it for 10 years. Same example what I gave in the starting. So 10 lakh divided by 10. Therefore, my depreciation per year is 1 lakh. Therefore, my depreciation per year is 1 lakh rupees. So if I am using this asset, my depreciation for the year is rupees 1 lakh. So 1 lakh rupee will be my depreciation for this particular asset. Okay. So come here. Less depreciation brackets, may I put the reference of working note 1 lakh. So 3 lakh minus 1 lakh, 2 lakh is my net profit before tax. 3 lakh minus 1 lakh, 2 lakh is my net profit before tax. Now in the example, I had taken hypothetical income tax rate 35%. यहाँ पे तुमको दिया है 25%. So again I'll repeat, net profit before providing depri before income tax. Depri मैंने minus किया, so now it is before tax. Now when you provide income tax, what I told you, income tax wherever given in terms of percentage will always be percentage of NPBT. So net profit before tax 2 lakhs less income tax at the rate of 25%. I'll show the calculation in brackets. 2 lakh का 25%, 2 lakh का 25% is 50,000. So 2 lakh minus 50,000 gives you 150. 2 lakh minus 50,000 gives you 150. So 1 lakh 50,000 is my net profit after tax. 1 lakh 50,000 is my net profit after tax. 3 things they have asked: payback profitability, payback period, and ARR. ARR के लिए I need this, and for the other two I need cash inflow. So that is the reason I have to calculate cash inflow. Now what I told you in the explanation, those who have not yet followed, understand, I am mentioning again. बार बार repeat करूंगा, don't worry, मेरे पास बहुत patience है. So 2 lakh minus 50, net profit after tax 1 lakh 50,000. What I told you, this is my final net profit, but this is after deducting depri जिसमें मैंने cash pay नहीं किया. This is after deducting depri जिसमें मैंने cash pay नहीं किया. So now because I want the cash profit or cash inflow per year, and this is after deducting depri जिसमें मैंने cash pay नहीं किया, मैं उसको वापस add back करूंगा. So whatever debris I have provided on the top, whatever debris I have deducted on the top, वापस add back करूंगा. So net profit after tax at debris 150 plus 1 lakh gives me 2,50,000, which is my cash inflow per year. So my cash inflow per year is 2,50,000. My cash inflow per year is 2,50,000. 2,50,000 is my profit which I have earned in cash. Actual final net profit is 150, but ये 150 cash profit नहीं है. So to this 150 I will adjust non-cash expense which is my depreciation. So जो मैंने ऊपर deduct किया वही वापस I'll add back. So that gives me cash inflow per year. Why? What is the logic I told you? Why we deducted and added again? Because of tax benefit. अगर मैंने 1 लाख डिडक्ट नहीं किया होता, इनकम टैक्स 2 लाख का 25% की जगह होता 3 लाख का 25%, 75,000. I would have paid, provided more income tax. That is the reason government gives you the benefit of depre. Take the benefit of depreciation. When I say benefit of depre, matlab income tax benefit on depreciation. So take the benefit and then you add it back. अगर मैंने ये नहीं किया होता, unnecessary 25,000 income tax मेरा ज्यादा होता. Got it, guys? So this 2,50,000 is my cash inflow which I will now require. Okay. Now coming to the three things which they have asked, I'll just change the angle of the camera a bit. 250 मेरा cash inflow आ गया, बराबर. I'll just change the angle so that I can record everything together. Okay, that's fine. Now guys, the three things what they have asked. Understand very carefully. Now I start with the techniques or methods of capital budgeting. There are many, especially BAF students, TYBAF limited hai, but whatever I am doing now is common for all of you. Now what is the first thing asked? Payback period. Now what they have asked first is a payback period. Now see, payback period होता क्या है? Payback period होता क्या है? Payback period is that period in which you recover the cost what you have incurred. Payback period is the period in which you recover the cost of investment what you have spent. मैंने एसेट कितने में खरीदा? 10 लाख. ओके, 10 लाख में, अंडरस्टैंड इट वेरी केयरफुली, वेरी फ्यू पीपल विल टीच यू इन बेसिक. मैं खुद की तारीफ नहीं कर रहा हूं, आई एम टेलिंग यू ओपनली. ये ओपन वीडियो है यूट्यूब में, आई एम शोइंग यू द प्रॉपर लॉजिक. मैंने 10 लाख का एसेट खरीदा है. सो पे बैक पीरियड मीन्स दैट पीरियड जहां मेरा पूरा 10 लाख कवर हो जाएगा. आज मैंने 10 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है. लाइफ कितना है? 10 साल. सो दिस 10 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट I will use it over a period of 10 years. This 10 lakh का investment, I will take the benefit for a period of 10 years. Now, कितने साल में वो 10 लाख मेरा recover हो जाएगा? That is my payback period. That means the period in which the cost incurred will be paid back or recovered. Now, there are two ways in which you can calculate payback period. First way is applicable in this sum, where the profit is same. See, assumption is every year I am making 3 lakh rupees ka net profit before depre and tax, and every year ka cash inflow is 250. Now that is not possible. हर साल का profit change होता है, but यहाँ पे assumption है it is same throughout the year. The calculation differs when this changes, which we will do at a later stage. So where my cash inflow per year is same, the formula for payback period is I'll write it in full. Payback period is equal to original cost of investment upon cash inflow per year. Original cost of investment upon cash inflow per year. Payback period is equal to original cost of investment upon cash inflow per year. Okay, now see, if I substitute, what is my cost? 10 lakh. My cost is 10 lakh. Guys, understand this very carefully because आगे जाके payback period calculate तो करना ही है, at the same time comparison भी करना है. जैसे I gave you the example in the starting, मेरे पास 3 मशीन है A, B, C, कौन सा सिलेक्ट करूं? तो उसके लिए पहले first you should see what techniques or what calculations the question has asked. वो calculations करना है. Calculations करने के बाद तुम्हें decide करना है. Of course, as I mentioned again, today we are just focusing on the base. So मैंने 10 लाख इनकर किया. Now cash inflow per year कितना? 2,50,000. Every year I am earning 2,50,000 in cash. So what I will do, 10 लाख को मैं 250 से डिवाइड करूंगा. कैल्शियम में डिवाइड करो. 10 lakh divided by 250 gives you 4. This 4 is nothing but 4 years. Why years? Because 2,50,000 is my cash inflow per year. 2,50,000 is my cash inflow per year. That means, now see the logic. हर साल मैं 2,50,000 कैश में अर्न कर रहा हूं. So 10 lakh divided by 250 gives me 4. Why years? That means इसका मतलब ये हुआ, स्टार्टिंग में मैंने जो 10 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट इनकर किया है, वो मेरा 4 साल में रिकवर हो जाएगा. Therefore, my payback period is 4 years. Therefore, my payback period is 4 years. So payback period means that period जिसमें मेरा कॉस्ट रिकवर हो गया. Payback period means that period जिसमें मेरा कॉस्ट रिकवर हो गया. So यहाँ पे I have made an investment of 10 lakhs. I have made an investment of 10 lakhs. Every year my cash inflow is 250. First year 250, second year 250, 5 lakhs. Third year 250, 5 lakh plus 250, 750. Fourth year another 250, 750 plus 250 हो गया 10 lakhs. In short, 10 lakhs divided by the cash inflow per year, that is 4 years. Therefore, my payback period is 4 years. मतलब, what is the logic? Again I'll explain you. मैंने जो इन्वेस्टमेंट 10 लाख का किया है, हर साल मैंने 2,50,000 का कैश प्रॉफिट अर्न किया है. 4 साल में 250 into 4, 10 लाख रुपीज मेरा रिकवर हो गया. So payback period is 4 years. That means even though I am going to use the asset for 10 years, मैंने मेरा पूरा कॉस्ट ऑफ एसेट 4 साल में रिकवर कर लिया. Therefore, my payback period is 4 years. So payback period is that period in which you recover the cost of asset. So in this case, my payback period is 4 years. Got it? Again repeat कर रहा हूं. Payback period is that period in which you are able to recover the cost of asset. ठीक है? Second thing, what I have asked? Second, payback profitability. Now to be honest, back students, तुमको ये कम पूछा जाता है. This is asked more to BCom students, but it is there in the syllabus, so I will do. My next calculation, payback profitability. Let me check the angle of the mobile, guys. Payback profitability. Okay, now see, What is payback profitability? Just थोड़ा light shine हो रहा है. Payback profitability means the cash what you have generated over a period of 10 years. Payback profitability means the cash what you have generated over the entire life of the asset, जो ये केस में 10 साल है. So payback profitability means net cash generated. When I say net मतलब after deducting the money what you have paid. कैसे calculate करना है? Let's see the formula. Understand this, then I'll make it simple for you. So payback profitability is equal to total cash inflows minus total cash outflow. Payback profitability is equal to total cash inflow minus total cash outflow. Now guys, when I say na total cash inflow and outflow, this is nothing but pura life of 10 years. This is nothing but pura life of 10 years. Now listen, total cash inflow, ये क्या है? 250 कैश इनफ्लो पर ईयर, एक साल का ही है. दिस इज कैश इनफ्लो पर ईयर. आई वांट फॉर द एंटायर लाइफ. ये सब में मेरा लाइफ कितना है? 10 years. So I'll put it in brackets. My total cash inflow will be 250, which is the cash inflow per year. So 250 into 10, 25 lakhs is my total cash inflow. 250 into 10, 25 lakhs is my cash inflow per year. 25 lakhs is my cash inflow for 10 years. एक साल का कैश इनफ्लो 250, लाइफ इज 10 years, सो पूरे लाइफ का 250 into 10, that is 25 lakhs. So 25 lakhs I will generate over a period of 10 years, entire life. But स्टार्टिंग में मैंने इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना किया? 10 लाख. माई कैश एक्सपेंस इज 10 lakhs. So my outflow मतलब जो मैंने इन्वेस्ट किया, that is 10 lakhs. So 25 lakh minus 10 lakh rupees 15 lakh. सॉरी मैं थोड़ा आर्टिस्ट कम हूं, रुपीस का साइन है ये. So 15 lakh is the profit earned in cash over a period of 10 years. 15 lakh is the profit earned in cash over a period of 10 years. Therefore, my payback profitability is rupees 15 lakhs. Therefore, my payback profitability is rupees 15 lakhs. That means over a period of 10 years, over a period of entire life, जो ये सब में 10 years है, I have generated cash of 50 lakhs. So my payback profitability is 15 lakh rupees for the entire period of 10 years. पूरे 10 साल के लाइफ में मैंने 15 लाख कैश में अर्न किया है. That way you can interpret for payback profitability. So payback period, the period in which you recover the cost of investment. You recover the cost of investment. And payback profitability, profit earned in cash. Now coming to the next one, third one, that is ARR, average rate of return. It is also called by few people as accounting rate of return. The common word is average rate of return, also called as accounting rate of return. Now when I say rate of return, all of you all have studied ratios, correct? Rate of return is expressed in terms of percentage. So here average rate of return, which we also call it as ARR, the formula is ARR is equal to, now understand, याद है starting में I told you I need this net profit after tax for one calculation इसके लिए. Understand formula of ARR. ARR क्या है मैंने ऊपर लिखा है, commonly called as average rate of return. Few people also call it as accounting rate of return. Average profit or average net profit after tax upon, now understand this, average investment into 100. Average profit after tax upon average investment into 100. That is my ARR. Okay, average profit after tax upon average investment into 100. Now listen guys, let's take one by one. Average profit after tax. Why we are using the word average? देखो यहां पे मुझे कैश इनफ्लो नहीं चाहिए, मेरा प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स कितना है 1,50,000. माय नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स इज 1,50,000. माय नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स इज 1,50,000. नाउ व्हेन आई से एवरेज मतलब पर ईयर, कितना लाइफ है मेरा 10 years. व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू, इन दिस केस the profit earned is same every year. That means every year my net profit after tax is 150. Every year my net profit after tax is 150. So 150 for 1 year multiply by 10 हो गया 15 लाख. वापस मैं divide by 10 करूंगा, हो गया 150. So where my profit or cash inflow is same, the average also will be same, because per year I multiply by the number of years gives me total. Again I divide by the number of years. So anything multiplied and divided by the same figure gives the same answer. Therefore, my average profit after tax is also 1,50,000. If this was different every year, there will be a separate table made which we will do at a later stage. But right now it is the same. So my average profit after tax 1,50,000 upon average investment. Now guys listen, ये सम में स्क्रैप वैल्यू नहीं था. अगर स्क्रैप वैल्यू होता ये थोड़ा चेंज हो जाता, अगर स्क्रैप वैल्यू होता ये थोड़ा चेंज हो जाता, बट यहाँ पे स्क्रैप वैल्यू नहीं है. सो आई मेक इट वेरी सिंपल. हियर एवरेज इन्वेस्टमेंट वुड मीन ओपनिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट plus closing investment divide by 2. But we will not write that to avoid confusion. I'll show you the logic. For me, it will be the cost of investment divided by 2. It will be the cost of investment divided by 2. Why divide by 2? Let me first calculate this, then I'll show you the logic. मैं सीना तान के बोलता हूँ, very few people will show you this logic. This video is open on YouTube, but I am being very blunt. Okay, let me calculate first. And why I multiply by 100? Because I need the answer in terms of percentage. So 1,50,000. Now can I say 10 lakh divided by 2 gives you 5 lakh? So my numerator is 1,50,000 and denominator 5 lakh. So 150 को करोगे, so you will get the answer as 30%. Therefore, my ARR is 30%. Therefore, my ARR is 30%. What is ARR 30%? Now guys see, why I divided by 2. 10 lakh को 2 से डिवाइड किया, कितना आंसर आया 5 lakhs. Okay, now see guys, just understand this. 10 years का लाइफ है, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. You all are not supposed to know this logic in your syllabus, but I am explaining you so that you should be practically aware logic क्या है. फर्स्ट डे ऑफ द ईयर कितना मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट है 10 lakh. My cost of asset on the first year is 10 lakh, correct? What is my depre per year? 1 lakh. Understand this. When I go to the second year, मेरा depreciation 1 lakh है. So can I say 1 लाख कम हो जाएगा? Every year 1 लाख कम हो जाएगा. 10 minus 1, 9 lakhs. 9 minus 1, 8. 8 minus 1, 7. 7 minus 1, 6. 6 minus 1 lakh, 5 lakh. 5 lakh minus 1 lakh, 4 lakh. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. End of 10th year ये हो जाएगा 0. Starting of the year 10 lakhs. 10 साल तक, अंडरस्टैंड द लॉजिक, 10 साल तक मुझे एवरी ईयर 1 लाख का डेप्री प्रोवाइड करना है. 1 लाख आई विल कीप ऑन रिमूविंग फॉर 10 years. एट द एंड ऑफ 10th year मेरा आंसर हो गया 0. सो नाउ सी, स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द ईयर 10 लाख प्लस एंड ऑफ द ईयर 0 डिवाइड बाई 2 5 लाख. ये है मेरा 5 लाख. That is the concept of dividing by 2. I am not putting this formula because थोड़ा बहुत confusion create होगा, but this is the logic. चाहिए तो साइड पे लिख दो. 10 lakh is my cost on the first day of the start of the year. Every year मैं 1 lakh डिडक्ट करूंगा. End of the first year 9 lakh हो जाएगा. Every year 1 lakh डिवाइड करो. At the end of 10th year my value will be 0. So starting of the year 10 lakhs, end of the year 0. Opening plus closing divide by 2 gives you my average investment of 5 lakhs. If there was scrap value, यहाँ पे कैलकुलेशन चेंज होता. कैसे चेंज होता मैं अभी एक्सप्लेन नहीं करूंगा, अननेसेसरी कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट होगा. Got it guys? So I have gone very slow. Almost 1 घंटे का ये लेक्चर हो गया, शायद 1 घंटे के ऊपर हो गया. लेट मी चेक. या ऑलमोस्ट 1 घंटा हो गया. So that was guys capital budgeting for you. I discussed the concept of capital budgeting. क्या होता है? I showed you the calculation of cash inflow per year and we did a sum with 3 calculations: payback period, payback profitability and ARR. Hope the concept is clear. ये वीडियो YouTube पे open है. Watch it as many times you want and get the base clear. And in the next class, I will proceed further. So hope it is clear. Any doubts, please connect with me. Those students who are studying with me, you all have my number. And जो लोग नहीं है, my Instagram bio and my YouTube bio में the number, contact number is given. You all can connect with me. That's it guys. I wind up here. I just hope you all have found the session simple. नहीं समझ में आया, वापस 1-2 बार देखो. I am 100% sure you will get it. And उसके बाद भी समझ में नहीं आता है, connect with me, I'll explain you. That's it guys. Regular students who are studying with me, see you all in the next class. And those who are watching on YouTube who are not my students, understand the concept, उसके बाद भी समझ में नहीं आता है, you all can connect with me. Don't worry. That's it guys. See you all in the next class.